Hello, it's me. Okay, so we're gonna get started. Don't mind my drying clothes in the background. I'm doing laundry by hand here, saving money. Um, First card we got is the Death Rebirth card, but it was in reverse. Kind of cool card. It's got past life, future. That's the three skulls. You got your Kundalini snake right there, and you can kind of see there's a little baby in there, maybe a face behind that. So, but I said it was in reverse. Don't be afraid of death. Death is in everything. Winter is death. Everything dies. So it can be reborn in the spring. Um, Death can be the end of a cycle, an end of a chapter in your life. So it's not always a bad thing because it always brings room for rebirth. This card comes up when you're going to face a new future, and it's going to be an unknown future. So what I'm challenging you to do is write down some things that you want to change with yourself, and then how you're going to do that, and then a close deadline. So if it's something like smoking, if you smoke a pack a day, try to smoke 19 cigarettes a day. Then try to, go for a week, try to smoke 18. Just do something to try to change your daily things that you can't stand that you do. Whether we like, and I'm using smoking as an example. I've been smoking too right now, so I'm not judging. But you don't like to smoke, slowly try to wean off. You need to make changes that will make your new you not recognize the old you. So you want to be like, I don't even know who that bitch was. Either which way, you know what I'm saying? Just like the old you shouldn't recognize the new you. Like, who that? Who this? Who's this bitch? She brand new. Why you acting brand new? Because I want to be, bitch. But anyway, so things that are symbolize death, they can be literal, like the loss of a family member. It can also be the end of a relationship, end of a new job, maybe an end of feeling depressed. It's just anything. So you don't want to think death is a bad thing. Death is something that's natural, and yes, it's painful. Oops, I just let one out. But the pain can be debilitating, like literally, like it can crush you. It feels like you are literally dying inside, and it's okay to feel that way, but it's not okay to stay there. And the fear can be paralyzing, just the unknown. We're very, very afraid of the unknown. But normally, when you let go and you just trust the process, you'll always be carried in the right direction. It's when you keep doing the same things over and over again that you stay in that cycle of whatever you don't want to be in. I have down here, remain in limbo or accept reality. Surrender to the event of death and you can be reborn. Rebirth can be problematic too, though. So don't just think that just because you let something go or something left you, that it's an instant fix. It's not. It's like, because before we can soar, we have to learn to fly again. So we know our capabilities, but we have to accept and flow with the change. So that means we know what we want, and say we make a goal and we know we have a vision, we're not gonna let anything stop it. That doesn't mean that you're just gonna have rainbows and flowers on the way there. Things that are not going to help you get to that goal are going to fall away. It might be people, it might be things, it might be places. So you have to be prepared, and you have to know that with anything that you really want out of life, there are sacrifices that will be taken from you if you are dead serious about getting to where you're going. And then I wrote down book because this is the Fallen Angel cards. So the first one we got, and I just did this because this is a little shorter and easier to read, and then that way I don't have to flip flop, drip drop, raindrop, drop top. Okay, first was Angel of Anger. His name is AF. I literally read this card a million times and I've never known he was as fuck. Af was not granted great strength, stature, or wisdom, but his resolve was unshakable. He taught men to fight, not with their hands, but with their hearts. He took the training ground every day, outlasting all who joined him. The struggle fueled him, pushing his skill and creativity in combat. Though he was valued as the teacher most of the time, card meaning, it is easy to see the clear danger that comes with naked anger. Be careful, as avoidance is rarely an option. The relentless nature of this persona can only be countered with empathy, which is its weakness. Consider the ways in which your own insecurities might be inadvertently nourishing feelings of malice hiding in your shadow. And we also got Cocobio, Angel of the Stars. Okay, the childlike angel Cocobio saw visions in the stars that his brothers did not. He saw ineffable mysteries unfolding in the night sky. Though he spoke about these auguries often, it was difficult to take useful information from his readings. The place and events that he described were in vivid detail but failed to resemble the earthly world. At first, the obtuse quality of Kokobill's information was seen as a form of higher wisdom, beyond the reach of men's minds. As time went on, most just dismissed him as crazy. Wonder, divination, innocence. Drawing cards from a divination deck certainly speaks to a Latin curiosity, but drawing this card specifically may speak to a deeper desire to seek answers from the infinite. When a question hangs over our heads, it does not do so with the same intensity as starlight in the clear sky. Seek your answers, but don't be dazzled by the dance of faraway glimmers. Hello, that one might be for me. Okay, now, Shadowland. Oh, I got more from the other card. Haha, just kidding. Let me see here. I do have down book. So, when life changes suddenly, we can be forced by circumstances to stop and take a reality check. When the death rebirth card appears reversed, it's time to take a long, hard look at your life and understand that it's time to let go. You can no longer live in a state of limbo. It is time to consider what is important and what is not. It is time to end the dying process and be reborn. Sometimes when the change is unwelcome or unexpected, the last thing you want to do is let go. It is so very hard. All you want to do is scream, fight, and do everything in your power to prevent your world from crumbling around you. All you want is to restore normality. All you want is the life that you had, but that life is gone. You might want to lay blame, deny responsibility, and believe that you can continue on as you were just by doing that, or just by doing what you've always done. You try to hold on to what was as if it were a life preserver, but you do not want to see that the life preserver is actually a cement block that will drag you down into the murky depths if you do not let go. You fight and struggle and continue to hold on to the illusion, telling yourself that you cannot let go because to do so will bring the end you do not want or welcome. The future is unknown and terrifying. Everything has changed. It is the dark night of the soul, and that night can span days, weeks, months, even years, but it must eventually come to an end. The process of dying and being reborn leaves you feeling exposed and vulnerable. It can make you reactive and defensive. You do not want to be hurt, but you are. And so you may go on the offensive to make yourself appear stronger and more competent in the midst of the storm. You have discovered the impermanent, fragile nature of life, and you are afraid. You might find yourself questioning everything, filled with doubts, uncertain of who you are, your purpose and reasoning for being. You may even question your very worth. It is okay to feel as you do, but the death rebirth card reversed comes to let you know that it's time to let go of your attachment to what was, what you hope for, and what will no longer be. This is the time to accept what is and start living again. The death rebirth card in the reverse position asks you to let go and allow innocence to be reborn. Woof. Okay. I got down new form of expression. You need a new form of expression. Energy is developing, so you need to channel that carefully. I believe that's actually in the book. Yeah, so the page of swords. Communication may be too harsh, or you're not expressing yourself with adequate conviction. New skills take time. Curiosity and fearlessness with experimentation acquire new and effective modes of perception and communication. So what I like to do sometimes is I'll journal, or I will write down everything that's bothering me, everything that I need to let go on a piece of paper and literally take it outside or whatever and burn it and watch it just burn up into the air. For whatever reason, it's releasing those things from you. It's sending it off to something else that can take care of it, that you don't have to worry about it anymore. And it's a great time if there's snow outside because, it won't burn down the whole entire community. You need to control your impatience right now because you are preparing for an upcoming challenge. And this is not going to be a good challenge. It's going to be a very tumultuous challenge. I'm saying that because I've seen the other cards that we have here. This is the Page of Swords. So this is literally, you're back to me and you're facing the sun and you got your sword ready and you're ready to go for it. And she's levitating, she's flying, she's ready, but she needs to get it done, okay? You need to listen to experienced mentors, ask for assistance, and you have to ask for assistance without your ego. And then it also, for some reason, and this is right out of the book, it said, don't kid yourself where the money went. And it says, express yourself without aggression, but don't stay silent. All right. Now, this is the problem card. We got the Tower. It don't look good. It ain't gonna be good. There's a big explosion coming. I'm just gonna say that here. I'm gonna say that now. I'm not gonna say why, but this is what the Tower says. It says, I was minding my business when a bolt of lightning hit my house. I didn't see that coming. And then it says, right here in the book, this is not me making it up. See there? So you've stared down the devil and his illusions of subservience when unforeseen weather created a bit of a storm. Sudden dramatic forms of enlightenment, drastic changes or physical ailments. So there might, and I wrote physical ailments off to the side. So there might be something physically with you that needs to be addressed, or it's like laying dormant. It's got to be stress related, I'm getting right now. So whatever you're doing and whoever you're around is literally killing you. Anyway, and these are things that, so when the Tower card comes, it forces you into this situation. It's not like, oh, I'm okay. No, it's like the freaking rug gets swept out from underneath you, but it's coming. So you're prepared. So make sure you stay calm, make sure you stay balanced, make sure you stay, all the things that we talked about, because if you don't, it's just going to be a bigger tower than what's already coming. Normally, and the Tower card isn't always bad, but with the rest of the spread, like the rebirth, the Page of Swords, ready to fight, the anger, and it's just, that's just how the cookie crumbles, and the cookie is gonna crumble. Anywho, you need to rebuild your identity. You need to remember who the fuck you are. This one is personally from me. This is not from the cards. Rewrite your inspirational things on Post-its and put them on your mirrors, ladies. And it's going to be an unpleasant surprise, but you have the Powerball this time. This is your insight. This is your secret weapon, because you know this is coming. You know how they act. You have to be empathetic. You have to be patient. You have to be all the things that person cannot be. Because you can control your anger. You can control your mood. You can control your power. Don't give him the Powerball. Hold the Powerball and don't pass him the ball. Because when you react, when you respond, when you give in, when you do what they want, you lose. But when you don't react, you don't give them what they want, you don't respond, you just don't play. You take the ball and you go home. I used to do that because I'm a brat. Be a brat. Be a brat to protect yourself. When you're rebuilding that personality, when you're rebuilding your identity, when you're trying to make the path of remembering who the fuck you are, do it one step at a time. You've had everybody around you being harsh on you, beating you down, not respecting you, not being who they say they are. So when you rebuild that path to you, you need to do it step by step. You need to be nice to you. You need to love yourself, and you need to remember that you are important. And the reasons that all these devils and different things are sneaking in and coming at you and fucking trying to drag you down to the depths are because you are important. They don't want things that don't have the good energy, the magic, the love, the heart. I always say, robbers don't break into empty homes. There ain't nothing in there. So things come at you hard because you are light. You are love. You are meant for more. And I went back to the book for the King of Wands. I think this is another me. The king warms himself by the fire while sharing stories with his young animal friends. He represents elders who have tales of adventure to share that carry messages of wisdom. The card may represent a situation or person who's male or male identified and is age 40 or so. When the king has entered your life, you are being asked to consider your relationship with fiery or adventurous father figures. What effect has this had on your ideas of what it means to be a father? The King of Wands is a dramatic but mature and often considered charismatic. He possesses strong convictions and may be considered opinionated by some, but is incredibly knowledgeable and has people's best interests in mind. A good debate on politics or religion is not seen as confrontational, but rather as an exercise in sharing ideas energetically. He is charming in business situation and is a good leader and boss when well balanced. If under immense pressure, he can become arrogant or aggressive, even shockingly blunt, but this generally passes quickly. Family usually takes priority over work, and seeking work-life balance is a lesson for those who pull this card. A warm character, he is generous with his time and loves the outdoors and being physically active. You're being given an opportunity to explore your narratives at this time, especially the stories you share and pass down to younger family or employees because they carry the wisdom of achievement and experience. Consider offering mentorship. Weird. Aging may be an issue right now, or feeling that the fire isn't as bright as it used to be. However, you are being asked to move with the changes and channel your energies in a different way. If you're just beginning on your journey, you have received this king. You are being asked to see the wisdom of a mature person who can assist you at this time. You are much more mature than others give you credit for, and soon your talents will be recognized. Ain't nothing looking old over here. Everything else, that's me. All right, have a blessed day, or don't. So mote it be.